So we're back home. Unfortunately, our car did not get shipped today because the freaking the bank letter that gave us permission to ship our vehicle, the lady at the spot wouldn't let it pass. Like she checked everything else. She checked all the other paperwork and saw that that was correct, but the bank they sent us the permission letter to ship, but they messed up again on the putting the VIN by one number or something. Like I said, it was supposed to be a four. They put an A, and we got through everything else today. But we were honestly kind of like hoping and like kind of cross our fingers and was wondering was excuse me hoping that it would get passed today. But unfortunately, it did not. So that kind of it's not going to set us back majorly, but we just gonna have to redo everything because those the other shit expire. But now we know what we need to do and it make it so much more faster, and it's all good. So we're not sweating it. So we're trying to hopefully by like next week, hopefully by Friday, we can get the letter from the bank. Usually they'll email you one, which they did, and they also sent us an original one. And that was another thing that was really pissing me off about the lady at the Crawley was that with the one that she had in her hand, even though the VIN was wrong by one wrong letter or whatever, she kept like asking me like, "Oh, is this the original one?" I said, "Well, it actually was the original one." And she kept like touching the paper, flipping it back and forth. I'm like, what the hell is she looking at? Like she was really pissing me off. And I was trying to get attitude, but it just wasn't making any sense to me. Like, what is she doing? You know what I mean? And I was just like, she was just saying something. I was like, ma'am, just give me my damn paperwork. Cause she was checking everything else and all the other paperwork was right as far as the VIN and everything else. And so I was like, ma'am, just give me my paperwork so I can get the hell out of here. Cause I was already mad because I was waiting in there for like over an hour or two, just sitting there. You know, it's like I'm trying not to go there, but customer service is horrible in Puerto Rico. The whole hurry up and wait shit. Huh? I've been doing that. Sorry, I've been doing that for 20 years to hurry up and wait. And to, when you go to these establishments here in Puerto Rico, it's just like, it's the same thing. Sometimes they just have you sitting there waiting with no one helping you, especially you don't speak Spanish. Now, Ernie, he speaks Spanish, not Spanish, like, his Spanish is not 100%. It's probably about a good, 90%. It's some things he just don't know. But the way they do things, it just kind of pisses you off. I'm just like, come on, man. I'm just like, come on. So yeah, so tomorrow we do have a tenant that's coming tomorrow to look at the apartment, and so we're gonna end up cleaning up the apartment tomorrow and getting the apartment together and just going like that. But we're still gonna be up out of here, hopefully before March 1st. So we're just waiting for that letter to come again and the correct letter with the right VIN number so we can get our shit together. But I got to go back and pretty much do everything over. Um, do everything over. Pretty much, I got to get the celos again, but there's the little stamps. I got to get those again. I got to go back to CESCO. We already made our CESCO appointment for next week. I'm going to have to go back to the ACAA. I'm going to have to go back to the what else? To the police station for the pre-inspection. Like I got to go back and do all of that because those forms are only good for like 3 days. 3 days for the CESCO vehicle, no debts or no fines, and then you have the police station one that's good for 5 days, and then the ACAA is good for 30 days. So I'm gonna probably go do the ACAA probably Friday or whatnot. Probably go back and go do that to Carolina. Probably go back and get that. That was like an in and out. That was real simple to do that. So I'm probably gonna go back and get that, and then once we get the letter, we can actually go back and get everything done. And then, but we gotta get the car wash again. That was like 150 fucking dollars detailed again. And then, some other paperwork. Once you got there, they have you fill out some paperwork on the clipboard, and then they're talking about the engine number, serial number. I'm just like, we don't fucking know any of that. And on their documents, on their paperwork, it doesn't even ask for any of that when you do the car wash. So next time we do it, I'm gonna ask the guy, hey, can you find this the engine number? Because the engine number for the Jeep was not in the engine compartment. So we didn't know where it was. You know what I mean? So we were over there, I'm trying not to stress about it. But it's those little things like that that kind of piss me off because I'm just like, well, where was any of this information in the instructions that you guys gave? You know, so, but we rebooked for our with the travel company, the transportation, but I don't think we're going to meet our deadline for this Friday because we got to wait for the letter to get here. So it is what it is, y'all. But I'm telling you, I told Ernie, I said, yo, next time we come here, we are not bringing our cars. We're not going to bring any furniture. We're just going to probably more than likely rent a vehicle, not rent, but probably lease one for like a year or so. And we're going to probably find a furnished apartment. It's just so much easier. So when it's time to go, you get your shit and you up and leave. That's it. Unless you got animals or whatnot, but that's too easy to deal with too. But other than that, we're just going to, next time we come here to stay here, yeah, we're not bringing anything besides the clothes and the skin on our back because it's too much of a hassle to try to get all these things done. And I gotta say, just some of the things establishments here are not user friendly. Things that need to be updated, things that need to, when it comes to their processes and bureaucracy thing is just a hot mess. To be honest, I'm not going to front. Like I said, I love the Puerto Rican people and I love the island. It's beautiful, but it's just their processes are just, and that's what I heard. My mother-in-law, she said that's why a lot of people leave. My mother-in-law is Puerto Rican, and she said that's why a lot of people leave the island because the bureaucracy of just doing things is just, it's just too much. It's just too much. Like the processes, they have to improve them. Like you shouldn't need to.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing today?
We're driving.
It's an early day. As you can see, it's only 9:14 in the morning. Round 2 of everything that we've already previously done. Just trying to get updated paperwork on everything. So hopefully next week this car can go. Fingers crossed on that one. We're heading all the way to Catalina, which is about 50 minutes, give or take. 43.
45 minutes.
So, that was the easier form the first time around. So, we figured let's go get an updated form. Let's just go do that. And then everything else will just fall into place.
Right. So, basically, again, like I say, if you do not bring a car here. If you can lease a car, if you come in to stay here for like a year or so, lease a vehicle. Don't bring furniture. Get you a furnished house, or wherever the case may be. But to send your car back to the States, you got to do like extra work than what you did bringing it here. First, you need your registration. Second, if you are financing the vehicle, then you have to contact the bank and first make sure that your bank is able to give you the permission document that you need to say that it's okay to ship it overseas or international or whatnot. Then you got to have an affidavit signed by a lawyer here in Puerto Rico. They have to sign it, a sworn statement of some sort. And then you got to have it's like another written affidavit is something that you get from the whoever you want to be using. And then you have to get your ACAA, the ASA. You have to go down to this place. There's like one in what is it, Himico? How you say that? Humacao. There's one in Carolina. There's one in San Juan, Catalina. And so you have to go there to get that. And all it is to get the no debt certificate or document, pretty much. It just shows that you don't owe any debts, like tickets, I guess. And then that's good for 30 days. And then next thing you have to get after that is you have to go to CESCO, which is like the DMV here. And you also have the Auto Expresso. So first, check the Auto Expresso. That's to make sure that you don't have any fines, like any tickets or tolls that you owe or anything. And then once you check that, then you can go to make sure you make an appointment at the CESCO, and then to get the certificate of no fines. And that's only good for 3 days. It's stupid, right? So it's only good for 3 days. And then from there, before you have to get that, you have to have that in the ACAA no debt document before you go to the police station. Yes, you got to go to the police station so they can check your car and make sure there's no parts stolen or your car is not stolen and you're trying to send it or whatever the case may be. And then that's only good for 5 days. That's only good for 5 days. And then you got to go to the, what is it, Consiglieria?
Oh yeah, you got to go buy the cellos or the stamps.
The stamps, you got to make sure you have the stamps. You got to have like the 5120, and I think it's like the other one's like a 834 or 842 or something like that.
But they call them different names here. So they're like, do you have the 10 and 2 stamps? Do you have the 11 and 3 stamps?
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Like, yeah, it's the name, even just the name differential from the states are way different. Like, as he stated, they don't call it a registration over here. They call it a marbete. So unless you really know these terms, it's going to be confusing. You're going to be like, what is that? We don't use that in the States. And we use similar things, but it's not the same exact thing. Like here, like a marbete could be the sticker on our windshield that you have to have for the tolls. But they consider that to be a registration in itself in some of the places. And other places they're like, oh no, it's completely different. They don't give you a registration card. It's a piece of paper that has like all your car's information. So it would honestly just be confusing. Yeah, and the time limits itself is really where the hassle is. And on top of everything that he named, you also got to go get a very detailed car wash.
Yep. And that's like 150, if not more, depending on where you're at, because you got to have the the wheel well. You got to have
the
chassis, and the interior, and it has to be written on the receipt. That has to be written on the receipt, or they probably will more than likely reject it.
Oh, and the one thing that we did just find out, which we did not know, because it's not on any form, you need your engine number. Your engine number, they ask for it when you go ship the car. And it's on the port's document, but on any document we've been dealing with from the port and from the company that we're using, the engine number was never a thing that we knew we needed until the day we tried to ship the car for the first time.
And so about that, I was looking that up on Crawley's website, and nowhere is that listed on their website. So I think that's old. I think that they just use old legendary paper, so to speak, that old documents that have that on there. But I don't think that will actually stop you from shipping your vehicle. But to be on the safe side, I will have it, because she didn't really say anything about that to me about it, even though I was stressed the hell out, because I was like, well, didn't nobody tell us about this shit, that you had to have it on there? Because when I went in to go sign the paperwork or whatnot, to fill out the paperwork that they have at their offices at Crawley's, that was on there. It was like engine number and serial number or something like that. But I don't think that would stop you from shipping your vehicle, because all they really need is like the VIN. The VIN number is the most critical thing, because they're not going to go under and look under your vehicle and look for your engine number
or verify it.
Oh yeah, they're not going to do that.
No.
So I think that's just an old question that they just never changed their paperwork, because he can tell you, I came running out of there looking like, what's the engine number? And get all underneath the vehicle, and it was raining too at that, so I was all wet. When I tell you, it was just not a good day.
It was
that day. It was not a good day that day. Plus they just had attitudes like they didn't want to help anybody up in there, so I'm just like, was frustrated. But it's just a lot of shit that you gotta have to get your vehicle off this island. So that's why I recommend that if you plan on coming to stay down here for like a year or so, I would just lease a vehicle. I know I said that before. I would just lease a vehicle and find a furnished house, because it's just easier when you're getting ready to leave to pack your shit and just go. Get your bags and leave.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier. Right. And with pets, it's not a
it's almost a similar process.
yeah, it's a very easy process with the pets at all. It's not hard at all with pets. So if you bring your pets, that's too easy. But if you bring like your car and all that other stuff, that's a totally different beast. And sometimes it just feel like nobody's really helping you, because the Crawley folks don't give a crap. All you gotta do is just look at what they have on the internet, and that'll get you there. But
what we will also say about the Crawley people, if you guys have any fears about it, they speak English.
Yes,
there.
they do.
So while everywhere else on the island may tell you they don't know English or they don't speak English or understand it, supposedly, just know that at least at the carport, they do speak English. The only thing is, they only allow one person inside. So while he was handling everything inside, I had to just wait in the car. So I was kind of useless at that point, because up until that point, I kind of been like the translator for the two of us. But luckily inside there, they speak very good English, so he had no issues and he really didn't need me there. I think the thing that makes everything confusing as well is that in the States, everything can be done at like one place, or all the systems are electronically connected to each other. So you don't have to go to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, and I to go get all these things. You just have to go one place and you get all the documents you need, and then you go to the port and boom, it's done. And then everything's attached to your registration number, legit, in the States. Where here, everything is a solo entity. So you have to go to like 8 different places to get things that in the States, you can just go to one place or just go online and get all of this stuff.
Like, it's a rat race. Like, you literally have to go to like 8 different places to get all these different things. It's not like one Grand Central Station where you can go and just get everything. And that's the furious part about it, because you can do all this stuff. Like, we had all this stuff pretty much already ready to go until that one night when I double checked our paperwork and saw that the fucking VIN number. So I'll take the blame for that. But then again, the bank should have known, because when I called the bank to get the transportation document form, I don't know how they end up printing the wrong thing, how they end up sending us the wrong thing with the one syllable or whatever that was wrong on the
They put an A instead of a 4.
Exactly. So it's like, how did y'all manage to do that? Like, and sometimes an A can look like a 4, but it was, you know, it's digital, it's a computer. So when I called them, she said, oh, well, in our computer it says that it's this. I'm like, okay, well, this is what y'all sent me. And then, oh, we're so sorry, and this and that. So somebody probably fat fingered it, because I'm pretty sure that's how they do it.
That's what it's given. America, what it's given is someone effed up. They sent us the effed up copy, and when, you know, like the person after them goes over and reviews everything, they realize that the VIN number was not correct. So they fixed it in their system, but never resent to us the updated, corrected stuff. And then they're saying that in their computer system, they have it with a 4 and not an A, but the paperwork we have has an A in it. So where did this mess up paper come from then? And why do we have it if in your system it was correct the whole time? It makes 0 sense. 0 cents. And this is the lending bank. This is the bank that technically owns the vehicle. You should already have us. This should be as simple as copy and paste, but it's really not.
No, not at all. Because when we called them back on the day of that Monday when we were supposed to be shipping the car, it took them damn near 45 minutes to get the document, and then we didn't get the thing till like the next day. So, you know, it was just a shit show, and I was just like, man, this is crazy. Because when I did it the first time, she was right on it, and I got the document to ship like the same day after I called them. They sent me a digital copy through email, and then they sent me the original copy through mail. And that's another thing here. You got to make sure that you have the original copy, because the lady at the window, she was acting like boo-boo-foo, and she was just like, even though that number or whatever was wrong on there, she was going to call the security to let me to, you know, well, because everything else was right. All my other paperwork was right. But she was just like, well, I can call security and see if they let you through. But then she just kept looking at the document.
Like it was fake.
Like it was fake or something. And I don't know if she was, because it has to be notarized. And so it was notarized. The bank notarized it. They sign it or whatnot. And then she just kept looking at it and this and that. And I'm just like, well, she was like, well, let me see the original one that they sent you. The digital one. I was like, well, here's the digital. She said, oh, this is wrong. You know, and so I was just like, man, just give me my paper so I can get out of here. Just give me my paperwork. And then I would call the bank and tell you to call the bank. And this. I was like, so yeah, we did that. So only thing we're waiting now is just for the bank to mail it to us, the original copy. And I'm not even going to open it, because I'm going to give it to her, whoever the lady's going to be at the front once we turn our car back in, and say, nope, you can open it. Here's a copy, digital copy of what they emailed, and here's the original copy in this envelope of what they sent. You can open it and verify it for yourself. Because I don't know if she was trying to see if it was like a raised notarization or something. Like, I don't know, but it's what they sent me. So I'm not about to argue with the lady in there. I'm just like, I gotta go. Give me my paperwork. I was already pissed because I was sitting in there for a while, just sitting in there while they were just doing nothing. And so, oh, we're gonna call your number. Mind you, I was like the only one in there, but a few other people who was doing some other stuff. So it was just frustrating the entire time. So, you know. And
then when we called the transport company that's supposedly helping us, which
the same one we used to ship the car here.
Over here, you have middlemen. These middlemen do absolutely nothing. And I'm talking about you, Puerto Rico Transport. That's the name of the company that's supposed to be like this middleman. And yet, we're literally doing everything on our own. And anytime we call them, they're just giving us things like, yeah, I know shipping a car from Puerto Rico is strict, but they're not giving us like anything on like how we can do better or like what to do or how to correct something, or they don't really know people in there. And it was funny because when he called to let them know that we had to push the car thing, the first thing she says was, oh, was it Olga? Which means they get turned away at the port a lot, and probably Olga,
who we
if you
pushing
watch this video,
away.
Olga, you did your job. You clocked us on that fucking A. But knowing that we had the title and everything was correct, Olga, you could have let this car go.
Olga was the final boss. She said, no go.
Olga said,
She said, hi-ya.
Olga, it's a chop.
It's a chop. She was like, you are no go at this
Fuck
station.
that, Olga. You could have let this car go. Everything was accurate except that one fucking, like, it was a vowel instead of a number, y'all. And Olga said, mm-mm. And
She
you know
said
what?
no.
Being Puerto Rican, I can say this and I will say it gladly. Puerto Ricans are literally like people in church. The best thing about a church is the people. The worst thing about church is the people. That's the same thing about this island. The best part about this island is the people. It's the vibrancy. It's the liveliness. It's how like warm they are to you. However, take that with a grain of salt, because the worst thing about this island can be the people, especially when it comes to the people in customer service. The ones who act like they don't know English, the ones who act like they don't understand you, even though I know they do. And then like they just don't want to help you. They push you to the back. Like we have been in a few different places with customer service where it feels like they're helping out people who know pure Spanish compared to us. Almost like they don't want to even attempt to it.
Right.
Like when we went to the hospital, for me, just a really quick side note, there were people coming in after us getting put into rooms before us, while they kept sending me out to the waiting room with 103-degree freaking fever. Like, yeah, they're best part about the island is the people, and the worst part about the island is the people. Thank you, Olga.
He's Puerto Rican, y'all, so
I can say it.
Don't come for me in the comments if you comment something. He's Puerto Rican, he's saying it. His auntie live here.
I can
his
say
mama
it.
from here, so
It runs in my blood.
so but yeah, man, I'm just like, oh my god. Olga was like, you are a no-go at this station, baby. And I was pissed because we almost had it. See, the thing was, the funny thing about it is everything else that we did that same day, right? So we went to CESCO, the freaking the DMV, right? And we gave her the paperwork. We gave her the same VIN shit that we got from the bank.
Same letter.
The same exact letter. She didn't catch it, but we also gave her the title too. So she looked at the title, and then she looked at the the document
She
paperwork.
looked at us.
She looked at us, and she was like, okay. And then we gave her the stamps, and she put the stamps on there.
We ain't never run that fast.
When I
out of the
tell you,
place.
it was like, let's go, go, go. Because when she asked for, oh, can I see the shipping document from the
both
bank?
collectively
Like, we kind of like, damn, like she clocked us. But we gave it to her. I'm sitting there holding my breath, looking like, and then like within like 10 seconds, she's like, okay. And then she put the thing, stamped, and we left. And then it was like, okay. So then we went back to the house, I think, right? And then we was like, oh, this.
No, we went to the lawyer's office.
We went to the lawyer's office to get the sworn affidavit because
that was messed up.
Yeah, the license plate was wrong on there for some odd reason. The last 3 digits of the license plate was wrong. They were swapped, so we had to fix that. But then we thought about it. Okay, well maybe they'll send the digital copy of from the bank, and they didn't send that till yesterday. So we was like, you know what? Let's just go take our chances. So we took our chances and went to the police station to get the pre-inspection.
And they even took the letter.
They took the letter. We also gave them the title and everything, and he stamped the paperwork. I was like, okay, you guys are good. Gave us the paperwork from there. We said, okay, let's go. And then we said, okay, let's go. Let's go to the final boss. Went to the final boss.
And that bitch,
Tonight.
and that bitch kicked us all the way back to the start. All the way back to the start.
So pretty much. Yo, so we chanced it. So I can't get mad at her. She did do her job. But it's just it's just a process, man, that you have to go through. And it's so stressful because sometimes it does feel like they don't want to help you. It really do if you're not a native Spanish speaker. I don't speak Spanish. I speak French. So I was taught French in high school and also in the military for the last 13 years of my career. I was in special operations, and our specialty was AFRICOM, and so we had to learn French, and that's what I did for the last 13 years of my military career. So Spanish doesn't come to me. I was trying to learn Spanish at the same time, but then it got to a point where it was like, you know what, let's just go get our stuff and get our shit together. And so that's sometimes just how it feels. If you don't speak Spanish, they're really not trying to help you. And I get it. This is a Spanish-speaking island.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish first, English second. We get it. Yes, Puerto Ricans are American, but you have to also respect the culture, respect the language, and we get it. We understand it. And my husband, he's learned. His Spanish has gotten a way lot better because he's been using it a lot more since he's been here, like more than you would have before. Besides with your
but
parents.
It's not fluent. Like it's not pure. It's not pure Spanish from the island.
Right.
You can tell,
and they can tell.
It is American, like taught, American learned. Like again, my mom is from this island. She is a pure Boricua through and through. Like she was born in San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico. Like she is from here.
Yes.
However, I am the baby, and by the time I came around, she was just starting to learn English. I have an older sister, so English was the main language getting spoken to me during my developmental years. I can understand it. I can understand anything that people are saying to me. It's the talking that was always very self-conscious to me. But being here, I feel like I put it to use a lot more. I've gotten a lot better. And I know these people can understand me. I know they can. And that's because my own family, who is like pure Spanish speakers, can understand me. They choose to act like they don't get what I'm saying. But then when you ask for English, they tell you there's no English. Like, and I get it. We're part of America. But you know what? I would say Puerto Ricans don't consider themselves Americans.
Puerto Ricans consider themselves Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Ricans. We are,
and I can respect.
We
that.
are proud people. Like we know our history. We know, like our past. We are Puerto Ricans. Yes, we are part of America. So by that definition, we are Americans.
Right. I mean,
But you will not catch any Puerto Rican from the island saying I am American. No, they say I am Puerto Rican because they are proud people with all the right. They deserve to be proud of who they are. Because it's a culture. It's who we are as a people. It's a lot of islands who lost their culture and who they were. That's why I still get very proud when I hear a Hawaiian saying they're Hawaiian. That is their culture. Are they a state? Yes, unlike Puerto Rico. But you have to know who you are. Puerto Ricans know who they are.
Right. And I mean, just side note, like you see how they're treating Bad Bunny during the Super Bowl. All of these horrible things. They got so pissed off that a brown-skinned Spanish and English Puerto Rican / American man is performing that they went off and they started their own fucking little halftime Super Bowl bullshit. That's how angry these fucking people are.
How racist these people are.
Racist, exactly. So that's just a side note, but we noticed. It was just like, it's just sad, but anyway. But also, back to the car. But if you are bringing your car here, see, that was easy. All you needed was just the bank thing, your registration, and I think like your license. That was pretty much all you needed. And I think insurance, your car insurance. That's all you needed to bring your vehicle here to the island. But you also have to pay, an excess tax or something?
Oh yeah, the excess tax.
The excess tax. So we had a 2023 Jeep Compass at that time, and when we brought it here, like to bring it here was like $900. I think that's what we paid to transport it here and this and that. And then the excess tax that you have to pay for things that are being imported into the island, like vehicles and stuff, we had to pay. That was damn near $5,600 that we had to pay in order to get your vehicle once it's actually shipped here. So I was just like, whoo. So a lot of people don't know about that. So that's why I say be cautious and do your research, because you will have to pay that. And that's why I say it's better if you're going to come here for like some time, just to rent you a car, or not rent, but lease you a car. But that's why looking at
for $5,600, you can just
buy your car
storage unit and leave it in the States until you make a decision on whether you really want to move here or not.
Right. And a lot of people who do come to the island, who've been here before, they sell everything and don't bring much here, and they don't bring their cars. They'll sell their cars, and once they get here, they'll buy them like a nice little cheap car or whatever to get them around while they're living here. But then when they go back to wherever, they sell it. You know what I mean? So that's something that that I would recommend for anyone that's deciding to come stay on the island. So, but it's a lesson learned, and it's just stressful. You know what I mean? It's just a stressful process because they make it a lot harder than it has to be. And other, native-born Puerto Ricans, from what I've seen online and some of the comments, they've said the same thing. Like, it's just so difficult to get things that you got to go here, you got to go there, you got to go there, you got to go here, just to make one thing happen. Mm-hmm. And it's just so much that you have to put into,
And the people will tell you what you're missing, but they won't tell you what you need.
No, so I did all my recons and stuff weeks before our move day, and somehow still the paperwork was jacked up. But did all my recons, went to CESCO, like, hey, where do I gotta go to get the police report? And I was told, oh, go to Fajardo, there's police station there. So I went to the police station in Fajardo, and then the police there, he said, no, go to CESCO. He told me to go back to CESCO. So okay, so I went to CESCO, and CESCO was like, huh, what do you need, what? And then luckily some lady in there who worked there, she said, oh, no, you got to go to Saba to get the vehicular hurtado, something like that. I can't. But basically it's a place where stolen vehicles, they take care of the inspection to make sure that, everything is good, that your vehicle's not stolen, and you're not trying to ship a stolen vehicle or whatnot. So basically that. But yeah, you have to just, shop around and go different places and figure out all this on your own, because it's a rat race, because nobody's going to tell you. And, there's times when ChatGPT was wrong and I was ready to toss my damn computer because ChatGPT would be wrong about some stuff too. And so you have to be cautious when going on ChatGPT, because it's not always right. It is not always right at all like you think it is. But yeah, so we're going to ACAA, going to get this document. This one's good for 30 minutes, and then probably tomorrow
30 minutes.
I mean, it's 30 days 30 days, and then go get the celos probably tomorrow. And then because Monday is President's Day, so I'm pretty sure everything's going to be closed here. So we'll just get what we need now, and then hopefully we should have the letter by next week. And then we can get back on track, and then we got to get the dogs and stuff back together. So yeah,
we can get the letter.
That's really all we're waiting for.
If we can literally get the letter before Monday, then we are in good standing and should still be out of here by Thursday, February 19th.
Or the week after.
Because the dogs are still scheduled to fly out on the 19th, which they've had no issues as far as right now. There's still a flight going out. They were supposed to be leaving on Monday, but obviously I think the people at the doggy flight places realized that it was a holiday. Because, even though it's Puerto Rico, we still celebrate American holidays, y'all. President's Day is still a thing out here because despite our president, Puerto Rico does not have its own president. Our president is Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, he did say he spoke to the president.
He did say he spoke to the president of Puerto Rico. No, that person is him. He is that person.
Trump is funny.
But yeah, so they do celebrate American holidays here, y'all, because it is part of America. Okay, let's not sleep on Puerto Ricans. We just don't say we're Americans. We say we're Puerto Ricans. Anyways, yeah. So as long as we get that paper, we should be flying out next week. Fingers crossed that we get the paper before Monday. This car could be shipped on Tuesday. The dogs leave on Thursday, and we leave right after they get picked up.
Thursday, right?
Today is Thursday.
Yeah. So I just gotta wait, because I got like this mail thing with USPS, and I know what mail is coming, because they send me like this little thing that I signed up for, so I already know what's coming. So I haven't received it yet for when the next mail is going to come out. So hopefully today I'll see, and then probably by Friday maybe, possibly we'll get it. We'll see, but it's just gonna take a minute or whatnot. But other than that, we're still gonna push through. Still got to do what we got to do.
Exactly.
We got an appointment already with CESCO for next Tuesday, but
we may have to make a second one.
Yeah, we may have to cancel that one, just make another one. But yeah, that's all we're pretty much waiting for. Just that paperwork so we can get this vehicle out of here, because that's just how we planned it. Get the vehicle out of here, then the dogs, and then we're right behind the dogs. But we still have this apartment rented for the end of the month, so we'll be good. And like I said, we don't have much of anything here, just our bed mattress and our clothes, and freaking that's pretty much it.
only difference is we're going to be cutting it tight as far as like finishing things up, but we've done a really good job of emptying this house. So even if it is a light or a tight turnaround, yeah, all we gotta really throw out is a mattress, some box springs, and that's really it.
Yeah, pretty much. So so good luck to any of y'all if you are planning on moving your vehicle here
Don't do it.
or moving your vehicle. Ooh,
Yeah, I saw that too.
they about to crash. He was just speeding like good guy.
Oh yeah. If you're from a major city, then you'll be able to drive here in Puerto Rico. If not, I suggest you practice in a major city before you come here.
Yeah, because you have to deal with stuff like this. If you see this bus over here changing while this other car was coming and hitting the U-turn looking like they was about to just crash into each other. But it's crazy.
But you guys, we're about to put on some music to get onto the highway.
Yep.
So we will talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Bye.
So we are getting ready to pull up to the ACAA here. Now, when you research, right, if you're shipping your car, and depending on what area you stay in, when you go to Google, just type in AC. When you go to Google Maps, type in ACAA, and like either the city, like they say ACAA San Juan, ACAA Carolina, or whatever. That's the one that you go to. But I recommend, and trust me, they don't answer their phones, so calling is pointless. It's not even worth calling. So you gonna have to do a recon and go search and make sure it's the right spot. Because if you try to go the day of and it's something totally different, because that was another thing. A lot of these places, like on Google Maps, are just incorrect. So just make sure that you go do your recon or whatnot. So there it is right there, if you can see it. That building right there that says ACAA, right next to where the little blue thing is, by the APS clinics here in Carolina. So we're here, we're about to park, and we'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, fam, so we got the paper. It was in and out real fast. So like I say, sorry y'all, but no, we got it. So this is the ACA. Hold on, let me see. Here's
cars.
the building right over there. This is the one over in Carolina. It took like what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, so the first time that we came here, we literally were sitting down, we were just talking about this for like 30-40 minutes before they called us to the back, and we had an older lady assisting us. So that took an extra 20 minutes in the back. So it took us like an hour the last time altogether, I think.
Because she was conversating. We was having a conversation.
That is true too. But this time around, we literally got in there. We knew what we were going for because obviously we're pros at this already. And then freaking, sorry you guys, the cars are reversing next to me. I don't know what's going on. So we went in, we told them what papers we needed. We filled it out, and literally we got called to the back within like, not even like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was real fast, in and out.
And then we sat with her.
There was only like
2 minutes.
one person in there when we got in there. And it wasn't bad at all. So we just got what we needed and just got out. So this lasts us for 30 days. And then again, once we get the letter from the bank, and then we can get another date set, and then backwards plan from there as far as getting the no fines, and then probably getting another car wash and all this other shit. So that was in and out, thank God. Went by real fast.
Yeah.
And it's starting to rain again out here.
It's always raining out here.
Yeah, February, you know, it's winter time, so, but usually still like 80 something degrees. But
Now
then
we're heading to Starbucks.
yeah, we're gonna get our Starbucks and then probably just head back to the house. Well, what time is it?
It's still early. If you want to go do the Celos thing, we can.
Yeah, we can once we get back to
Fajardo.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what time they close.
I mean, worst case, we could drive by. And if
I mean, it's
they're
right by
closed-
the house, literally right next to where we get a haircut.
If they're closed, they're closed. But I say
Right.
let's try it.
All right, so we'll get back with you guys.